doing this to make money or both?
Both.
Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both.
Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut.
Right now at noon, March on Washington, thousands of people packing the Lincoln Memorial, demanding an end to voter suppression, police brutality, and systemic racism. This on the 57th anniversary of the historic march. Atlanta's role in the big event today. Destruction everywhere. Hurricane Laura leaving many neighborhoods in Texas and Louisiana in ruins. A look at the aftermath that's claimed 6 lives so far. Easy voting. Atlanta mayor issuing 2 orders to make it easier for people to cast their votes this November. What it means for city employees and mail-in ballots.
11Alive News at noon starts now.
Now at noon, March on Washington. Thousands of people gathering on the Lincoln Memorial protesting racial injustice. It is being called the Commitment March. Get your knee off our necks. Today marking the 57th anniversary of the historic event where the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech. We are expecting to hear from the families of Black Americans shot or killed by police, including the widow of Rayshard Brooks. Mara Sirianni has more on her message and the plea from a college student.
Several powerful speakers have already taken the podium at this year's March on Washington, including some from right here in Atlanta. Rick Hart is a junior at Morehouse College. He's also president of the Morehouse Collegiate Chapter of National Action Net. Hart spoke of racial injustices and called for everyone listening to vote for the change they want to see.
It is about electing legislators who will fight to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act and the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act.
And the widow of Rayshard Brooks also has a speaking role at this year's march. Tamika Miller's husband was shot in the back, killed by an Atlanta police officer back in June. Miller told 11Alive she wants to see law enforcement change the way in which they view and interact with the Black community.
You see how the riots are turning out. People are becoming so angry that they're being destructive. I want to see, the police officers, stand up and say, hey, we're not going to allow our other officers to continue doing these same things.
And here in Atlanta, a march in solidarity is planned to take place at Centennial Olympic Park.
Mara, thank you. To Kenosha, Wisconsin now, and an update on Jacob Blake, the man shot 7 times in the back by a police officer, prompting even more unrest nationwide this week. His family says he's severely injured and now handcuffed to his hospital bed. His father says he was heartbroken to see his son restrained. The family calling it an insult to injury. The 29-year-old father is paralyzed from the waist down. The shooting severing his spinal cord, damaging his liver and kidney. Doctors having to remove almost all of his colon and small intestine. NBC reached out to Kenosha police to find out why Blake was restrained, but we have not received an answer. Important to note here, the family of Blake is expected to be at that March on Washington as well. Now at noon, a judge agreeing to delay the extradition hearing for that 17-year-old charged with shooting and killing 2 protesters in Wisconsin earlier this week. Lawyers for Kyle Rittenhouse asking the judge in Illinois for the delay, arguing they needed more time with the case. That was the virtual hearing you just saw there. Illinois is where Rittenhouse lives and was arrested. The hearing, which determines whether to move Rittenhouse to Wisconsin, has been rescheduled for later next month. And this is also new at noon. Atlanta's mayor issuing 2 orders to make it easier for people to cast their votes in the big presidential election. The biggest headline here coming out of those 2 orders, the number of hours that city employees can take off work to vote has been expanded from 2 hours to 4. This is for the November 3rd general election and the runoff in January. If there is one, it also applies to employees who decide to vote early. Under Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom's administrative order, the chief of staff will work with the Atlanta postmaster to get a full briefing on the operational changes underway that may affect mail delivery between now and Election Day. The mayor says the dysfunction we saw across the state during the primary was unacceptable. All right, now to Hurricane Laura, which is now a tropical depression. Today, residents in Louisiana and Texas are in recovery mode after the monster storm crashed ashore Thursday. Laura striking as a Category 4 in Louisiana, right on the Texas line there. At least 6 people were killed in the U.S. As Laura pounded the Gulf Coast with rain, wind, a powerful storm surge as well that downed trees, flattened homes, and flooded neighborhoods. It was one of the strongest hurricanes to strike the U.S., packing 150-mile-per-hour winds.
There's so much damage here. You're going, this is a disaster area. It's a literal disaster. The recovery time from this is going to be phenomenal.
Nearly 1 million homes from Texas to Arkansas are still without power. President Trump says he plans to visit the hardest hit areas along the Gulf Coast, likely sometime this weekend. And as people along the Gulf Coast start to survey the damage from Hurricane Laura, many remember the devastation from another unforgettable storm. Tomorrow, marking 15 years since one of the deadliest and costliest hurricanes in history, Katrina. Hurricane Katrina caused nearly 2,000 deaths, approximately $108 billion in damage. Katrina actually made landfall 3 times in the U.S., first in Florida, then in southeast Louisiana, and finally Mississippi. The storm left New Orleans underwater. 2 broken levees flooded 80% of the city, becoming a humanitarian disaster as thousands of people were left without food, water, or shelter.
Well, the remnants of Laura will be affecting us over the next couple of hours, as a matter of fact. We're starting to see an increase in our moisture over us, and also we'll get a chance for some thunderstorms around as well. So if you're planning to go out this afternoon, make sure you carry the umbrella with you. We will have some scattered thunderstorms around, a good 40 to 50% chance for that. And temperatures will be in the upper 80s, right around 86 degrees. Starting to see some showers now up here to the north, starting to move in. They're light for the most part over toward the Rome area. We'll be checking that camera just a little bit, but you can see the rain is light. We had a few thunderstorms already this morning over toward the northeast, over toward Rayburn County. Temperatures in the 80s, so we're starting to heat up a little bit. 82 degrees right now in the city of Atlanta. We're looking at 87 again for our afternoon high temperature. Some of the thunderstorms, especially in the far northwestern counties, could produce some pretty gusty winds. We have a marginal risk for severe weather that's increasing for this afternoon and for tomorrow. We're going to detail that for you in the full forecast coming up. Sheba, back to you.
Chesley, thank you. New at noon, Atlanta-based beverage giant Coca-Cola announcing a major reorganizing. Roughly 4,000 employees in the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico offered voluntary separation packages. The packages for workers hired on or before September 1st, 2017. The cost between $350 and $500 million. More than 86,000 people work for Coca-Cola worldwide. 4 feet wide and 10 feet deep. That is the size of a sinkhole that has shut down parts of Cobb Parkway. This is near Allgood Road, but the damage is actually about 30 feet long underneath the pavement, where a 48-inch storm water drain failed. Marietta police telling us this road will be closed while crews work to make repairs, which could last until this evening. Operation Not Forgotten, dozens of missing children rescued in a major sting. U.S. Marshals teaming up with several other federal, state, and local agencies to serve warrants in Atlanta and Macon. The 2-week operation this month leading to the rescue of 26 children and the safe location of 13 kids. The Marshal's office says these missing children are considered Some of them are considered the most at risk and challenging recovery cases in the area. 9 people have been charged with various crimes, including sex trafficking, parental kidnapping, and registered sex offender violations. The number of Georgians in the hospital with COVID-19 continues to fall. That is a bright spot in the latest numbers for our state. More than 2,400 new cases reported yesterday, up slightly, but still on track for our 2-week average. 82 additional deaths reported, the result of that big jump in cases we saw last month. A rapid COVID-19 antigen test getting the green light from the FDA for emergency use. Abbott Laboratories developed the portable nasal swab test, which can deliver results in about 15 minutes and needs no additional equipment. The tests look for pieces of the virus, so they aren't as reliable as lab-based diagnostic tests and will cost about $5. Personal space has taken on a new meaning and significance during the pandemic. How much do people need to feel comfortable, whether it's new faces or old friends? A new local company called Safe Hands is trying to make those interactions less stressful. Caitlin Ross shows us what it's all about.
People know what to do in the grocery store now.
You see the queues, you see the lines on the floor, everyone's kind of doing the same thing.
But as people return to work, school, and houses of worship, David Burrell says they felt unsure about how to approach people.
They were confused about what to do. They're uncomfortable about how to interact with other people.
He's the CEO of WIC, a research firm that found people wanted more guidance about how close they could get to people and how to be respectful but still engage with them. That's where the idea for Safe Hands came in.
I feel comfortable in my actions because I know what you're expecting of me. And I feel comfortable being around you because I know, kind of what I expect of you.
They designed wristbands, face masks, and badges, showing people exactly what level they're comfortable interacting at: green, blue, or orange. They tried green, yellow, and red at first, but he says people didn't like feeling like they were giving orders.
We didn't do red, yellow, green because this is a very complex issue. The communication is very complicated and it's very personal.
People wearing green are signaling that they're comfortable in public. Blue means I'm okay, but I still want you to give me space. And orange is the highest level of care.
If you are personally at risk, but you still have to go to work, if your son has asthma and you're much more worried about contracting something and bring it home because he is at risk.
He says this gives companies, schools, and houses of worship clear visual cues about what people feel comfortable with outside the guidance they're already following from the CDC.
Despite all that effort, there are still so many situations every day in every single environment where 6 feet, perfect sanitation, always having PPE, and whatever else it may be is just not happening.
They've already rolled it out at some businesses here in Metro Atlanta, and people report feeling a lot more confident in their day-to-day interactions because they know how to engage with people during a pandemic without getting into a long, drawn-out conversation about COVID-19.
Fantastic idea. On 11alive.com, we're tracking how many people the state tests, also providing updates to keep you and your family safe. And the easiest way to find all of that is by downloading the 11Alive app. A monument honoring the late Congressman John Lewis is going up soon in Atlanta. Hear from the artist behind the sculpture and what the project means to him.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
And we are back with a live look at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. You can see thousands on the ground there attending the commemoration of the 57th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s March on Washington. We heard from many other speakers that day as well. And on this day in 1963, hundreds of thousands of people gathered for the historic march. The day marked with speeches, most notably the I Have a Dream speech by the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. as he called for racial equality. Congressman John Lewis, who died last month, was the last living speaker from that march. And a couple months before his death, an Atlanta artist began work on a statue of the civil rights leader. That monument is now nearing completion. Reporter Brittany Kleinpeter spoke with the local artist behind the piece and has more.
I sent that picture to John Lewis, and he was absolutely thrilled.
Internationally recognized sculptor Gregory Johnson was commissioned earlier this year by the National Monument Foundation to begin work on a statue of the late Congressman John Lewis. Just a few months before Lewis's passing, Johnson was asked to send a picture of his design to the congressman.
In terms of timing and impactfulness in history, I think this is probably the most significantly timed opportunity in my life.
Johnson says the 7-foot, 800-pound statue has been a challenge.
I've got 100 pictures of the guy. If you can see, if I need an ear and a profile, if I need a chin, I need the front view of the ears.
The statue will be placed at Atlanta's Peace Park, also known as the Rodney Cook Senior Park in downtown Atlanta. The John Lewis statue will be one of 2 monuments on display when the park first opens this fall. A total of 18 statues will be installed at the park, including Andrew Young and Booker T. Washington. Johnson says that he is proud to be able to honor Lewis's legacy and philosophy.
We wanted him standing his ground, firmly put in place. The things John Lewis gave to society are never going to go away.
Johnson tells me that he'd invited John Lewis to come to his studio to see the statue once it was complete, but Lewis passed away only 4 days after he extended that invite.
President Trump has officially accepted the Republican Party's nomination for a second term as president. Over 1,000 supporters, lawmakers, and donors packing the White House South Lawn last night for the grand finale of the Republican National Convention. The president blasting Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, painting Biden and his allies as a fundamental threat to public safety, order, and American traditions. Trump also making the ominous warning that no one will be safe in Joe Biden's America.
If the left gains power, they will demolish the suburbs, confiscate your guns, and appoint justices who will wipe away your Second Amendment and other constitutional freedoms. Biden is a Trojan horse for socialism.
Next on President Trump's agenda, a rally in New Hampshire set for tonight.
Well, we are looking at a cloudy day. Yeah, the clouds are starting to fill in, as you can see, and here behind me is a live look at Georgia's Rome. You can see the mostly cloudy skies up there, some dark, ominous clouds because the rain is nearby, at least. Not raining downtown in Rome yet, and a lot of folks getting out and about. See that? See, the winds are picking up as well with the flags moving around, so we will have some scattered showers. I think Rome will be the first to see it this afternoon, and then more areas will start to see showers begin to develop as we head through the rest of the afternoon. Here's a better look at it on the radar here, and you can see that rain up there to the far northwest. In fact, let's zoom right on in here, and you can see it between Villanelle and Rome. We do have some light showers. Somerville experiencing that right now. Also some showers developing over toward Calhoun and Gordon County. Also up in Gilbert County as well. You can see where we have some showers over toward Carter Cay. Again, showers will develop this afternoon. Then we'll be looking for a few embedded thunderstorms in a few of those showers. 6 out of a possible 11 today on the Wizometer. It's how we rate your weather on a scale from 1 to 11. Give you a little better chance to judge how you think the weather will be for you going out this afternoon. We started out with temperatures right around 75 degrees or in the 80s now. We'll be up to 87 degrees for an afternoon high temperature. So it will be warm enough for you to wear the short sleeves and the shorts, but just carry the umbrella with you just in case you need that. We'll be watching that. Some bands from the remnants of Laura, as you can see, spinning around, now pushing further into western Tennessee. That will continue to slide to the north of us, but bringing in a lot of that tropical moisture over our atmosphere. And so we'll start to see more of those showers begin to develop, even some of those thunderstorms around as well. You can see right where we're looking at as far as the severe weather goes as that area of low pressure moves eastward. So western Tennessee and Kentucky into northern parts of Mississippi and Alabama. We have the green shade over us. This is a slight risk, which is a level 2. The dark green is a level 1, which means a marginal risk for severe weather. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has extended that. At first, they had just had the extreme northwestern counties included in this morning, now extending that almost down into just north of the city of Atlanta. So our northern suburbs will be included in this marginal risk for severe weather. What does that mean? Well, we could see isolated to severe thunderstorms around. This extends over our area into tomorrow as well. So even for Saturday, we still have that marginal risk. Damaging winds, flash flooding, of course, from some of that heavy rain, and also tornadoes are possible. Isolated tornadoes. It's on the low end, but it is possible. Here it is, our forecast track model. You can follow along with the time at the top of the screen. That light rain that's pushing in already this afternoon. That's what we're looking at. Some embedded thunderstorms will be around after 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, and I think the rain will linger through the overnight going into Saturday morning. Saturday, we'll have some showers around. Could be a couple thunderstorms once we get toward mid-morning as well. But notice what happens late afternoon. It leaves. We got drier air working in, so we may even see some sunshine Saturday afternoon before it sets. So that'll be nice. But we still have the afternoon scattered thunderstorms continuing even as we head into Sunday. So if you look at the 7-day outlook, it shows today that 40% chance for the rain, 60% chance on Saturday. That'll be mainly during the morning. By the afternoon, we'll clear that out. 40% chance again on Sunday, looking at 88 for the high temperature. And the weather remains unsettled as we slide into next week with a 30 to 40% chance each and every afternoon for those scattered showers and thunderstorms to continue in our forecast area. So they're not rid of summer yet. Summer is still around, and keep your umbrella handy, maybe even your galoshes if you like to wear your suede shoes. Sheba, back over to you. Have a good weekend.
No bonnet, Jesley? He always mentions a bonnet. All right, some much needed help for small businesses struggling to stay afloat during the pandemic. Which metro county is now giving them a boost?
Nights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
It has been a long road to normalcy for business in the midst of this pandemic, especially for small business owners. Nick Sturdivant tells us how Cobb County is giving hundreds of small businesses a much-needed boost.
And I've been doing well up into COVID-19.
By now, we are familiar with their stories.
Being a year in, it was,
it was hard on both ends, a lot of emotions.
Small businesses struggling to stay afloat during the coronavirus pandemic. Deborah Johnson is the owner of Express Beauty Bar in Smyrna.
There was a time when I had 5 barbers working for me, and I do one-on-one, up close, personal. I do cancer treatment people, things like that. I made 6 figures by myself.
And it seems like overnight, that literally overnight, or maybe just give it a little bit more credit, maybe like in a week, that probably changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brian Long and his wife are franchise owners in Kennesaw of the advertising agency Money Pages.
So we've been a franchise owner for 18 months, which is a newbie. And one of the dreams for us was to own our own business and impact, the community around us. Our clients knew that my wife and I cared about their businesses. We actually grew our business during the time right after COVID.
While Brian and Deborah have been able to maintain, it certainly has not been easy. Many small businesses have been forced to close their doors. Recently, Cobb County decided to help give hundreds of small businesses a boost. Cobb County, in partnership with Select Cobb, awarded more than $7 million in small business relief grants to more than 400 Cobb County businesses. Brian and Deborah were both on the receiving end.
Oh, they gave me $10,000, and in 30 days, they're supposed to give you another $10,000.
For you, I know it had to, give you a little extra breathing room.
Yes, it did. It did.
And I went into my wife's office and I said, you're never going to believe this. I said, we got the grant from Cobb County. And she just completely lost it, started crying, going through this whole surreal moment with the pandemic, which is like crazy. And then you get relief and a blessing. And I'm just like, whoa.
Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. on 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear, on 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.